all, darlings. And amazing to hear Joy is coming soon. And we start this day, the 1st of May. And for us, it's...
Mirella, we can't hear you, I don't think.
Still not?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Good.
Yeah, we do now.
Okay, so you hear me. Now, wow. This is how it works. When this thing's happening, we have to go with the flow and ground ourselves and see what's happening. So good morning to you all. Yes, Elka, just stretch out and see where you are right now. So good morning, let's ground down and start this amazing day by stretching a bit, noticing where you are, looking around. Where are you? And where you are now, you are safe. So please take a comfortable position and let's sit or lie down, or even what position is comfortable for you. And let's start this grounding down. Just take a deep breath in and out, and let the breath get into your whole body. Feel it everywhere. Take a deep breath in again. And notice where you are. And if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes and connect with the soles of your feet, as if there were roots coming out of your feet, going down to Mother Earth. Down, down, down to all layers of Mother Earth. And then we reach the middle of Mother Earth, where the crystals are, the healing crystals of Mother Earth. And let's connect with that. Put your roots there, or your cable, or whatever comes to you, and connect and anchor yourself with a knot or a tie or whatever with the crystals of Mother Earth. And when you connect with that, inhale deeply and pull all those healing energies into the soles of your feet. Fill your body with all that healing energy. Maybe feel like moving a bit where it's getting to all the cells of your body. And exhale, of course. Let it all out and give it back to Mother Earth, like you flush yourself, you shower yourself. Let it all go down into Mother Earth, and she will reproduce healing energy again, so we can recharge. So let's get a deep breath in. Fill yourself up with all that golden yellow light, the healing energy, and let it all go out. So we heal in, inhale in love, and let go everything that doesn't serve us. Okay. When we are connected with Mother Earth, let's open our crown and connect with that star above you. Also see there an amazing beam of light coming into your head, filling you up with all that is there in the sky, in the universe. Let's connect to all that we know, all that we are. So inhale with this beam of light. In the stars, all that rainbow energy filling us up, up, up. And exhale everything we don't need anymore. Let's inhale deeply and exhale. Okay, now we're connected with both the Mother Earth and our star, with our Christ energy. And then we roll up our eyes, if we're looking at the top of our head, and say silently after me, repeat silently after me, even if we don't know how to make this Golden Goddess Circle the best Golden Goddess Circle ever, what we do know that it is so now, and we are fulfilled. We delete, delete, delete anything or everything that could stop us. And we download, download, download everything we need to do so now, with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. And then we go into victory pose. we stretch out and we say, yes, 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 yes. And we make this Golden Goddess on the 1st of May, the best one ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you, darlings. Wow. I don't know how it's with you, but for me, my energy is flowing. I'm getting hot and sweaty, and whew, a lot of energy is going. And we see that also in the human resonance. It's all coming, and then the transformations are happening, and that's amazing to see, because we're now in a transition, and we feel that with the goddesses around us. So nice to see you all. We have 31 participants. Amazing. Oh, yeah, something here. And I'm very, very, very curious how it's going to you all. We have the 1st of May, it's a new month, and this is going to be a special one. Joy is leaving for Italy with Roy to do the teachings there. A group of the Golden Goddesses are going to Turkey for an amazing gala and event there. So we're very proud that everything we want is going to move forward. So, and I'm very pleased to have you all here with the healing powers we all have. And that's what Joy mentioned last time. We have a lot of amazing accomplishments with our healing circles. And I'm very curious how it is with Yolanda. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that. I don't know. Can you mute?
Yeah,
Yes, there you are.
Yeah, it's very rough time because, well, a lot of beautiful things happened. You remember what Joy told us one time before. But we are now here that Robert has another tumor in his brain, and it seems to be a very bad one. So the doctors in the regular hospital, they say that he has no chance to survive. But we discovered a frequency therapy, the one I was sending to Joy, and I saw that she even went there already. And this one is really helping to get strong, to get your immune system. It's incredible. After 2 times, he gets energy, he started to paint again. And so now, end of the week, we have to go to the hospital in Amsterdam, because we were really, in the beginning, we thought, no, we are not going to do this anymore, because Robert said, I don't want to be, when they gave me 1 or 2 years, I don't want to spend these years doing chemo and radiotherapy. But then in the end, we decided to do 1 session. It's 6 weeks every day. So it's very, very tough. But because when we don't do it and it's not shrinking quickly, he will have problems with speaking, and after that he will have problems with walking, and then he will. So I went to a medium, my medium, because sometimes I cannot feel it myself anymore. We have a lot of support from Nicole and Christian. We are really very close. We have contact almost every day, and they are supporting so much, and there's so much love. This was a really nice, fantastic connection which came from the Golden Goddess Circle. So, and we think we can make a miracle happen together, because he feels when he is doing his meditations, which is difficult now because his brain is like a movie all the time. So, but he does, and but when he succeeds to go in, he feels all the support and all the love and from all the people who are thinking about it.
Amazing.
So we go, yeah, we are positive, and there was a week when they told us this bad news that we were feeling really like,
yeah,
and very sad, and crying and laughing and crying, But now, well, our confidence, my power is back. Our confidence is back, and the Healy is on his way. So till now, Nicole was doing a lot of scanning with the Healy, and she was working for us till we received the Healy ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Mirella.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping us updated. And yeah, miracles. That's what we need right now. I can tell you there are a bunch of people who are literally just saying, okay, I know no further. I've done everything that I know I can do now. It will take a miracle. And you know, those times are the ones when they are most likely to happen. Because at some point we just surrender and we make space and we say, I don't know anymore. Let God, right? So I think it's beautiful that we have this topic right in our midst, and that you are sharing this so openly with us, Yolanda. That really helps us also, you know, every one of us to reconsider our own priorities in life. It really is, it's mind-boggling to me so often, you know, especially because I work so much with people, that very educated, very conscious people can still sometimes get so stuck in thinking that everything else is more important than their own health, than that loving relationship that they have or would like to have, than themselves, right? So often we postpone our happiness, we postpone those things that we would love to do because we will do it then. I'll do it when I'm rich, I'll do it when I'm slim, I'll do it when, I don't know, all that. Don't you know? And I think this story with Robert and Yolanda and Nicole and Christian and all these stories, when we see that, you know, fate, whatever it is, can go like that. And then suddenly everything is different. And what really counts then is that love we have in here, that love we have for each other, and the support. I mean, just imagine Robert. I mean, I don't want to imagine it, but, you know, there are people who have a condition like Robert and are completely on their own. Right?
Yeah, and you know, in moments of trauma, when you get the message from the doctor, we go to the familiar past, what we know from what we learned. The doctors are right, and then at first that part of ourselves are starting to come up, and then there comes the space of the surrender.
Well, it's fear of life.
Yes,
come on, this is it. If a doctor tells you, oh, you've only got so long to live, and then it's over, I mean, that's our biggest fear in life in general. I mean, however conscious we are, that fear of it being just over and there's nothing more we can do, it's there. And I think these opportunities are really so powerful for every one of us who are connected to this, to really go inside and say, yeah, what if it were my last day? Seriously, what would I do? What is important to me? What is the music I would be listening to? What are the foods I would be eating? Who are the people I would be talking to? What are the books I would be reading? You know, really tune into it. I mean, I've shared this before. I've made my own death playlist. I've made the music that I could consider passing on to because I just thought about it. And I think the more we confront those fears, the less they have their grip on us. And the EE system, thank you for mentioning it, Yolanda. I'm also really thrilled with it. I've only been once, but I've been surfing the EE system field for a couple of months because I saw it suddenly pop up on social media. And I was like, what is that? It looked like TVs hanging in rooms with funny things in it. It was very trippy. And I didn't really find much research about it, but it intrigued me. So then I looked, and then through a couple of synchronicities, then it was Yolanda actually saying, oh, look, this is the system I was telling you about. No way, it's the same system I've been looking at for months. So yeah, I watched the interview. We will share in the Jai Tribe too, right? Or I think we've shared it in the newsletter. Yeah, we have. It's really fascinating. So for any of you who's interested in healing, in new forms of medicine and technology, check it out. Check out the interview with the lady who invented this. She's brilliant. She's a genius. And it just, to me, this makes sense. So I booked my appointment right away. I took Roy with me, and I took one of my friends and clients with me who's, you know, working on cancer right now. So she's gone again. my friend just went last night, actually. She spent 12 hours in there. She slept in there. So that might be something very interesting for Robert and you to try out too, right? Because when you get 12 hours of these scalar waves, so for anybody who doesn't know what EE systems are, they're scalar waves. And these scalar waves connect to the photons in our bodies. So we know that we are mainly photons. We're mainly light bodies. There's only a very small part of us that is material. And these scalar waves are able to connect with the photons, with the light in our body, and give us that energy and that programming that is going to help us, connect back to our divine blueprint of health. That's the goal, right? Look at the research yourself. There is so much research on this that for me, it's a given that you'd want to look at this. And I'm curious to see what will happen in this next year. There's another video that I will send out I will add to the Goddess Circle call recording today. And that is not as positive as the EE systems, but vital for all of us to see. And that is all about AI and how AI is influencing our lives, already has. And predictions like 2024 is going to be the last human election, because AI has taken over so much already that even AI experts who are mathematicians and do nothing else but calculate and study AI are at loss at knowing how this is going to grow, because it grows exponentially so much. AI is learning so much because we're feeding it the whole time, right? That it's taking over. And whether we like it or not, this is happening. And I think it's really essential that, also us golden goddesses who love the love and the joy and the happiness and all that, we need to get real. We need to look at this and see what we are up against, and somehow make the best out of this. I was talking to my father this morning while I was going back from the car ride that I had to do this morning. And he was like, damn, I watched that, Joy. And I just sat in silence for an hour afterwards. I was stunned. Because I have no solution. This is my dad, right? My dad always has solutions as a scientist. He always has something one can do. And he said, the only solution that I can find is step out of the buzz. He said it in his words, but not engage. Because what we're seeing right now is we have an attention society. Everybody is fighting for our attention, and our attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So we're a little bit like these little kids in a candy shop. Okay, oh my God, I want this and this and this and this, right? And we're getting lost in that. And at the same time, we have this huge intelligence that is moderating our attention, that knows exactly where we're looking on the screen, how much time we spend where doing what. And this is the gold for them, right? It's how can they catch our attention? And if we just look at what happened just these last 2-3 years, when TikTok appeared, right? When TikTok appeared, I remember being, as a psychologist, shocked that kids now only have 20 seconds of attention. That's all they have. 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. That's what you've got to catch. That's TikTok. But you know what's happened now? I've just had my branding conversation and, the first conversations with my new agencies helping me build my brand. It's the same for adults now. Now we have YouTube Shorts, and YouTube Shorts are, guess what? 15 seconds, because that is the attention span. Stories on Instagram for 15 seconds. So think about it. Those 15 seconds, time it. If we are breathing a conscious, connected breath, that's a 5-count breath. We are breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in. That's the attention span you have. So not to make it apocalyptic, but let's take that attention span and consider what would we fill it with? What would be the music you would listen to in 15 seconds? What would be the words you would put out there if you only had 15 seconds? If those 15 seconds could make the difference? Those are the questions I'm asking myself. Because sometimes we think, oh, I need all these things before I can do that, remember? But if I only have 15 seconds, and those 15 seconds could be the yay or nay in life, what would you do? Is it the kiss of life when it's someone who's not breathing? I hope it is. Is it the heart massage if someone's gone? Yes, right? But take it into daily life. What would you do? Mirella, how about you? Why don't you start out? If you had 15 seconds, how would you fill those?
I will grab everybody around me and hug them and tell them how much I love them and how I appreciate them and how thankful I am. Yeah.
So the physical, the hug, and we know, right? A good hug lasts 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Stick it out for 50.
Yes.
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 How about asking some of our goddesses? What would you do with 15 seconds? How about Yuzi? Yuzi Bas? What would you do in 15 seconds?
What Mirella said about the hug. I was last Saturday. I was on a meeting with people, and some people I met a month ago. And the first I met this morning was one of these persons. And she said, "Hello, nice that you are here again. And shall we hug?" I said, "Yes, I'd love to." And we hugged, and I've got such a beautiful hug from her. It was so warm and intense, very nice. That would be what I do with the 15 seconds.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone else? How about Alice? Would you like to share? You're sitting there with a beautiful sort of, it looks a little, yes, you.
So I'm on?
Yes, you are
Yeah.
on.
Okay. So I heard now that many people in the side of my family, friends are instantly very ill. They have nothing, they go with something and they come home with very heavy stuff like cancer and the brains in the lungs. And I wish for all of them, and also the world, including myself too, love and healing for Mother Earth, for the universe, for the people on Earth. It's so
I
heavy.
love you, and I love you, I love you, I love you. And what are you going to do in those 15 seconds?
Send out many gold stuff of love.
So you'd pray. You do
everyone.
that, you do it for prayer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? I'm going to ask one more. How about Yolanda? I see you up here. I'm going to ask you to unmute, and I'm going to bring you in the spotlight, then you know it's you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, most of the times when you say Yolanda, it's the other one. So it was really extra. Sorry. What I would do 15 seconds, I would hug myself.
Hug yourself.
Yes, for the first.
Let's do it now. Let's everybody hug ourselves now. Come on, you can do that right now. Okay, so that's done. What else?
Yeah. And then, yeah, just sending love.
You
Just
pray as well.
but hugging
Hugging yourself. Thank you. You know what's so interesting, and I've noticed this just these last 2 weeks. I have noticed how we're all, I'm going to call it, we all have PTSD from COVID. It is so interesting in social settings now to watch people and to notice how there's just so much distance. It's a big thing now, even to reach hands. In Austria, especially in Salzburg, we call it the Pussy Gesellschaft, right? So if you kind of know someone, you go mwah, mwah, talk two. And I know in Holland you do three. You go, well, the French often do three too. But in Austria we just do two. COVID happened, it's gone. Nobody does it anymore. It's just a few friends that are really close there. But it's as if we've been conditioned, and we were conditioned to keep social distance, conditioned to not be intimate. So it's so interesting to now, I mean, I notice it for myself to go over that, and to reach out. And also, you know, we're seeing a huge shift in the market too, especially in the field that we're doing, that people are it takes a lot of effort to get people to go from their home to another place physically. We have been so trained to do everything on screens and online that the gathering, the physical gathering, getting into a room together has become, you know, really, really hard and challenging for people. Isn't it interesting? And now I'm noticing in our circle, oh, I'll hug myself. I'll send some prayers. We've become very cautious of social connections. But that's actually the winning thing that us humans have. The only thing that us humans have that AI does not have is creativity. Our human creativity and the ability to connect with emotions and to feel love. AI does not have that. AI can do everything else better. If I give into AI, please create a Golden Goddess Circle to the topic of financial freedom for women and let Joy write it. It will give us a transcript. And then all I would have to do is sit behind the screen and talk it. And I wouldn't even have to do that, because if I give AI 3 seconds of my voice, it'll do it for me. And you will see a video of me, most likely with makeup and not as scruffled as now, right? Looking perfect, saying the perfect things for 1 hour. But what is that going to give you? Right, Yolanda, how would that be for you?
Very good. If I may add, it's true about the COVID. I noticed also here, I'm a very physical person. I like very much to touch people with my hand on their shoulder or something. And in the time of COVID, people always stepped a step back. And now also when you meet people, they even don't want to shake hands.
Yeah.
They go back and don't want to give you a hand. And then I think, oh my God. So I find it very sad. And before COVID, when someone met you, you knew, they gave you a hug, there was no questions asked. And now you have to ask if you want to give a hug, if you may give a hug.
Yeah, which is in the form of consent, a nice thing. I like that we're now being more considerate with each other and checking in. And I agree with you that it's a pity. So why don't we do something about it? Why don't we be the ones that are still interested in kinesthetic touch, that reach out to people, that go out? Remember when we said right at the beginning of the circle, of the creation of the circle, I said, I see us like this hive of bees, queen bees, right? Lots of queen bees, and we go out and we spread love, and then we come back again. And this going out, it's happening now. We need to start doing it. Everybody in their own thing. But get out again, meet people again, gather people, bring them into your homes, even if they're 2 or 3 people, 1 free person. But think of how many people are really lonely. They're we call them in German called Wohlstandsweisen. We have people who are like orphans. They're abundance orphans. How many people are sitting at home in their perfect places with their perfect homes? A lot of people in COVID did a lot of home, decoration, getting their little palaces ready. But how many are sitting there alone now? No physical touch, no connection. So I think this would make a difference if every one of us would make a difference here and just say, okay, every day I could do something about this. Would you agree, Yolanda?
It was also very noticeable. We were yesterday on the terrace because of the very beautiful weather. We had an appointment with friends and we hug each other very much. We're very huggable. But people who are sitting around us, when they came new people to a group, it's just, oh, hello, how are you? And not connected. It was so noticeable. It was, very strange. I think it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hopping into the spotlight with me. Why don't we now do a little meditation, a little connection, where we go into that timeline where no matter where we are and what we're doing, we are living in a society, a community where we are connected. We could just imagine it, because I think we need to train our brains again to imagine the possibility. Because when Mirella was saying, our future, when we tune into the predictable future, boring. We want to tune into that future that is not predictable. That's what even the scientists are saying. We cannot predict what AI is going to do. We can't either. But what we can do is we can create a really beautiful image of the future, a future where we are connected, where we get all that nurturing, safe touch, where we're a community, and just tune into what it would feel like. Are you into that? Yes? No? Like maybe. Okay, so let's start by getting into a good state. Okay? Take a couple of nice deep breaths, and then we say community, connection, collaboration, compassion. I love and accept myself, even if parts of me don't believe it's possible, or I can't do this, or I feel a little scared about it, or whatever. I love and accept myself. And I love and accept myself when I now choose to feel connected and part of a community and compassionate and content. And breathe. Good. Underneath our left arm, compassion, community, connection, physical touch. I love and accept myself with all my doubts at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt doubt. And I choose now to release all this doubt, release all the lack, and step into my power of believing. I believe in myself. I believe in humanity. I believe in love. And yeah, I believe it's possible. And breathe. Good job. Underneath your collarbones. Contentment, compassion, connection, community, physical touch, hugs. I love and accept myself with all my fears at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt scared. And I choose now to release these fears and to step into my power of courage. I can do this. I will do this. And I'm doing this now. I am connected. I am compassionate. I am in community. And I commune with me. I commune with you. I commune. Thumbs. Connection, compassion, community, physical touch. I love and accept myself with all my grief at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt sad. And I choose now to release the grief, to release all the sadness and step into my power of joy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to live a long, blissful life. Good job. And your liver, right side. You could even tap both. You can tap liver and spleen at the same time. That's a fun one. Connection, compassion, community, hugs. I love and accept myself with all my anger at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt angry. And I choose now to release this anger and to step into my power of peace. Peace is who I am. I'm at peace in community. I'm at peace with compassion. I am peace. Yes, peace is what I know. Okay, now imagine we're cutting the links to all the pain and suffering, to all that conditioning and programming that no longer serves us. And we say, I claim my power back. And I give you your power back. I claim my freedom back. And I give you your freedom back. I claim back what's mine, and I give you what's yours. I forgive you for all the pain and suffering you ever created. And I ask for forgiveness for any pain and suffering I ever created. The past remains in the past, and only love can connect us. I wish you well, just as I wish myself well. Breathe. And then just relax. Maybe place a hand on your heart or another part of your body that feels good. You could even lie down. And as you close your eyes and notice your own breath, just notice where your breath is right now. Could you slow it down a little? Could you refine it? Could you breathe in at the count of 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And could you exhale on a count of 5? Gently finding your rhythm, calming the nervous system down, relaxing the body, relaxing the brain waves, and entering that wonderful space of nothingness, peace. And as you notice how your breath is calming and relaxing you even more, take a conscious breath into your heart and imagine opening up your heart to gather all that energy right in the core of your heart, in the sacred chamber of your heart. Notice that spark of light, in the core of your heart. And notice as you breathe into that light, it starts expanding and expanding, relaxing and relaxing you like never before. And as you notice that light and are bathing in the light, you access those feelings of connection and serenity and compassion and love as you allow those feelings to bubble up from all timelines and realities of all the lifetimes you have lived, where you were in community, safe, connected, loved, embraced, hugged. And just remember what you remember, and remember what it feels like to feel safe and connected, to feel carried in community that is nurturing. And as you notice those gentle feelings, it reminds you maybe of that safety that you once felt when you were a tiny little baby and you were in your mother's belly. And as you remember those moments, you maybe can even hear those muffled sounds of the heartbeat, the breath, your surroundings, knowing that you are safe. Affirm it to yourself. I am safe. That's right. And as you recall all those feelings, give gratitude to your mother. Whatever mother she was to you, she gave you life. So let's say thank you, thank you, thank you to our life givers. Let's say thank you to our dads. Let's say thank you to life, knowing that every breath, every moment is an opportunity to think a new thought, a thought that is nurturing and expansive and loving, like I am love, I am eternal, I am infinite, and I am worthy of this love, an expression of this love. Affirm to yourself, I am a full-time blessing. Yes, you are. You are a full-time blessing. Bless yourself. Just like in that prayer of compassion, confirm to yourself, may I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel happy. And may I live life with ease. And now let's expand the blessing. Imagine all of us golden goddesses sitting around this beautiful fire in this golden circle. Maybe we're holding hands. And let's bless each other. Bless every single heart in this circle. May you feel safe. May you feel healthy. May you feel happy. May you live life with ease. And then imagine we'd maybe squeeze our hands a little bit, just to let each other know that I'm here for you. We're here for you. You're not alone. It's all for one and one for all. Feel that. And then imagine letting that golden energy of love circle round that circle until it gets faster and faster and faster and wider and wider and wider, until you could imagine bathing in this frequency of love and sisterhood, knowing that we've got your back. All of us, we've all got each other's back. That's a non-negotiable. That's just how it is. And then in your own time, come back into the here and now. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then notice what you feel inside. Notice where you are right now, what has changed for you. Take a look on the screen. Maybe rub your hands together, get that energy moving. That's right. Bless your beautiful face, bless your body, bless your arms. Give yourself a little squeeze. Feel the body. That's right. Stretch up and out. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now go ahead and massage your ears. Okay, grab your ears and let's get the energy moving in our ears. That's right. Activating all the acupressure points till they get really hot and red. Yeah? Now, lymph system. Go behind your ears and then with the palms like this, Massage your neck. Let it all come down. And here we have these little waste paper baskets, these garbage cans of the lymph, right? Up here, okay? So tap it here a little bit. Opening up the garbage cans. Literally, you can imagine opening it up. And then you might have to swallow. That's a sign that your lymph is activating. Good. Now you could even go into your axillars here. Massage this a little bit. Good reminder to massage our breasts, right? Remember, we need to check that. All girls, we can massage our boobies. This is a great thing to do if you're ever feeling unsafe. Massaging your own breast will really help you feel safer. Okay, and then take it down. Massage your belly. Let's give the belly a nice little massage. Make it all big. Let the belly become soft. That's right. Then suck it in, make it big. Massage this belly. Okay. Now, if you're sitting, you might want to lift your butt. Massage your butt a bit and say, hello, butt. I sit on you all day, right? Let's give you a bit of love. Elevate the butt. There you go. Wonderful. You could even then tap down your legs until you get to your feet. And you could tap your feet, maybe massage those little toes. Get that energy moving. Doesn't it feel good to give yourself a massage? I mean, yeah, I know. A great massage therapist is also great, but we can do this ourselves. We should more often. Okay, now the face. Give your face a little slappy. Wake it up, wake it up. Say, I love you. Oh, you have such beautiful, firm, smooth, youthful skin. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. Then go underneath your eyes. Massage the eyes. You can even tap round the eyes. It's really good for the lymph system. Tapping around the eyes. Wake it all up. That's right. And now the top of your head. I'm connected. I'm connected. Now go behind your neck. Go behind your head, down to your neck. Tap the back of your neck. Your atlas. And then end with a couple of strokes down and say, all is well. I am safe. All is well. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my sisters. And thank you for myself. Good. That feels better. I see a lot of smiling faces now. I like that. Mirella, how are you doing?
Yeah, I always love this. This is so amazing. I had all those tingles. And I felt the love was expanding and expanding and expanding. So yeah, and it's always nice to feel your body, to be connected. And yeah, we often miss that part of ourselves, that desire, pleasure. Yeah, and
Yeah, we can get so stuck up here.
Yeah.
And you know, because you were saying desire, pleasure, I noticed something else really interesting, and that is, and I'd love to know how you girls feel about this. I have the feeling that many of us have had many, many lifetimes of sacrifice. Who of you has memories of lifetimes where you sacrificed? You said no to a lot of things to live this very frugal life. Who here has memories of that? A couple. Interesting. I thought there might be more, but maybe, I might be wrong there. I've noticed I have many, many memories of that. And because of that, because I have a lot of conversations also with clients or friends who will come in and say, oh, but I don't, I eat too much sugar, or I shouldn't be drinking any wine, or I shouldn't be doing that, or I shouldn't be doing that. I should be completely frugal and, stricter. I need to be stricter to myself. And I'm always like, yeah, I guess you can if you want to, but why? Because, and then I'll get the explanations will be along, yeah, but because it's right. Because we shouldn't have too much pleasure. I should be more able to control and need less. And I'm always thinking, I think these are memories. Why would we choose to come into this beautiful paradise in an amazing human body that can feel and do so much, and then choose not to take part in it?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so many of us have been conditioned like that we have a double whammy going on. And I'm not saying that if you want to be celibate, and if I want to be vegan, and if you want to do this and you want to that, go ahead. I mean, feel free. As long as you don't make me do it, I'm fine with that. But the question is why? And sometimes I think it's a form of spiritual bypassing. it's a form of saying, well, then I'm a really, really good person. And then, I don't know, the big guy from heaven will come down and bring me up. I don't know. What do you think, Mirella?
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because that's what, if you do that, then I think what you say is then you are the good girl. Then everybody says, oh, ooh, big thumbs up. And for me, it's the other way around. Listen to your body, and when it says yes, and you give yourself permission, and that's what's also proven. If you are not allowing yourself to enjoy sugar, alcohol, whatever, sex, then you're going into the internal discussion with yourself and punish yourself. We punish ourselves with all those strange programming that it's not good.
Well, I think it's something also, I love what you're saying, that we somehow, we judge pleasure.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be something we could look at, for ourselves in our own introspection for this next week. How are we judging our own pleasure? And how are we sometimes believing that we shouldn't have it? Because, if I'm suffering a little bit, it must be good for something. It's just so interesting. I'm just noticing here. So I have decided I came to this life to find the balance, right? So I've done many lifetimes of sacrifice. I'm sure I've done many lifetimes of hedonism too, where I was like, go for it, right? And in this life, I'm finding the balance, because that's what we came for Earth for. This is the most exciting school to be in.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody else would like to say something to that? Let me check in the chat. I had a lot of chats going on there. Carrie's saying absolutely. We have a lot of physical touch. Yeah, anything anybody would like to say? This is an interaction. So I love conversations. So go ahead and tell me what you think. Otherwise, I will ask you.
Yeah, and I think that the judgment of other people is still something we're very, how you say it, open for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuki, you were going to say something about this.
Yes, well, I also experienced the opposite, that I'm sort of allergic to especially women who sacrifice themselves. I feel the need to bring it to their attention and say, hey, you do not have to suffer. It's a choice.
Nice.
Why would you be in pain? Why would you be only looking after your husband, the children, and everybody else? Why not look after yourself first? But I've learned to not always say it.
Well, it's got to be the right time, right? And then it's how we bring it. And I love that you're someone who does that, because I know that takes courage. It takes courage to confront someone with it and say, hey, I'm wondering, why are you doing it this way?
But since it's still in my, so to say, irritation zone, I think I have some issues with it myself still. So
we have no issues here.
We are in the non-issue zone.
The non-issue, non-judgment zone. I love that. Thank you, Yuki. Thank you for sharing that. Who we have here? Tamara is going to say something.
Well, I noticed that I drink. I like wine, and I tell myself like a couple of times, like, well, maybe it's better not to drink as much, or at least only on special occasions. And I noticed that it's kind of hard, and I also sometimes I feel I do it too much, as I should do. And sometimes I have I have a big challenge with my daughter, and then I noticed that my easiest way to cope with the emotions is to go to smoke marijuana, or to smoke, or to have a drink, so my emotions calm down. So I use it actually for the easy way, and it helps. And I noticed that yeah, if I use it to calm down my emotions, it works. But then, you know, then I do my practices like shaking, like get more to my feelings. And I also, in the end, I think like, this is not a solution because I know I can do it without, but still it helps me to access, yeah.
To access the state so that you can do something about it. And thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. And thank you. And I'm sure when we now just listened, could we hear the self-judgment?
Yeah.
Right? Now, just saying, and you, I hope you know by now, I really like men. I love men. I have no thing about that I like men less than women. I don't. But just notice, who of you knows any other man who would have said just that right now? He said, you know, this is, I use it for that and it helps me and then I can do my practices. Do you know a man? Yeah, Wilhelmine, as most of us say no. So having the courage to say that, to say, listen, this is how I do it and I judge myself for that is huge. Then, but you're still doing something about the issue. Know what I'm saying, Tamara? Yeah, I mean, it's not as if you're going somewhere and I don't know, you're just blasting yourself out of space and that's it. I'm just gonna, that's numbing yourself out and ignoring the problem. You're using whatever your tools are to get to the state so that you can then do your shaking, you can then confront your emotions. It's just your stepping stone. And I'm not saying whether this is good or bad, because what do we know? All I do know is that the judgment that we have about it, the judgment of ourselves, is creating what I noticed as grief. I felt grief when you were speaking. Is that true? Do you sometimes feel grief too, Tamara?
Oh, absolutely. I feel a lot of grief, and that also. So I also feel it like, because I had it in the past like this escape, and I don't want it to be an escape. So now I'm balancing it out, because now I know also, you know, the tools with the sounding and with the shaking and with the breathing. Only I don't get to do that. I need.
You just need to do a little bit more of that, right? And you know, and I love that you're recognizing the grief in you, and that is coming from somewhere else, right? That feels like a very old something, and we all have an old something in us. And I think, why don't we, for this coming week, because we've got 4 minutes until we end the circle again, it just flies. Why don't we just notice this one thing that we're trying to band-aid, that we're trying to circumnavigate, that we're trying to, I don't know, spiritual bypass, numb out from, judge ourselves for? Why don't we just accept it for this week and not need to fix it? Just notice it and say, oh, interesting, this is my pot of grief for this week. And I'm just going to be a researcher. I'm just going to walk around it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to be interested in it. And then let's see what happens by just noticing it. Tamara, you were going to say something?
Yeah, the first thing that pops up, yeah, but I can do that. And that sounds awesome. But on the other hand, there's a lot of things I had to do in this week to solve a problem, to plan a new, to have, and I know I won't do those things that I need to do right now, because then my mind does not work, and I need my mind right now. So I
love the excuses. I think session would be super fun for me. You're an eel. I would kind of clean it out and say, what now? So notice that, just notice it. And yes, I think a lot of these things are very hard to do on your own. I agree with you. That's why we have each other. That's why we have things like retreats and I don't know, experiences and workshops where we come together to be the mirror. Because there's one thing I know for sure, coming together in 3D, it gives us the opportunity to really look at each other. It's so easy behind a screen. You know, there's always a bit of security there. We don't have to be 100% vulnerable. But in the moment that we get together, and especially when women get together, and we're getting together with a very, very clear intention is to help each other and amplify each other's state, then all that bullshit is cancelled out. Because no way will you have in a group of, like in the Goddess Retreat, when we have, I don't know, 30 to 60 women sitting in one room together, we can't bullshit each other. We just can't. We'll notice it and we'll feel it and we'll do something about it. So I know that after those 2.5 days of those who really get their butts to Austria and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go there, they will make that quantum jump. And not only for those that come to Austria, any experience that you choose where you're going to physically move your body there, invest some money in there, have to go there, look at people, be in community for however long it is. I don't think any shorter than a day will give you that lasting change, but anything other than that will bring a shift because you've invested, because you've moved, because you've gone there. So think about it when you make your plans for these next coming weeks and months. What is it that you really want to achieve? If you've been sitting with the problem, the thing that you've been circumnavigating for just this week, and Tamara, I don't mean that you're going to spend every day an hour thinking about it. You've been thinking about this problem forever. I just want you to notice, and I want you to notice it from a distance and not being right in it, but just saying, I'm going to give myself this luxury of studying this problem for a week. And then when we get together in 3D and we can be those mirrors for each other, we're going to be digging out all that stuff in one go, because that's why it's all for one and one for all. When we gather in community and we create that vortex and we say, okay, for these next 2.5 days, we're going to amplify each other. We're going to support each other. We're going to clear out shit and we're going to move up. We all need to go. There's no one left behind. So everyone feels a change. That just happens. That's physics, right? So that's why I'm really looking forward to that. And for this week, Mirella, how are you going to go about this? What is your practical tip of every day? What are you going to do so people get an idea of how could one be conscious with the problem?
Oh yeah, I'm a writer, so I always go into the feeling and go into my belly and let the anger or fear come up, and I write, and then let everything coming up, and then at one point you cannot go there anymore because the anger, the grief, or the suffering is gone, and then you start writing the wanted outcome. How you want to feel and how you want to go into this week. And for me, it's always very soothing. And then I come in that loving state, and then I'm really in the now. And then I go get the next steps. And that's so amazing. Yeah.
Also journaling down everything that comes up until the tank is empty, and then focusing on what it is that you want. I use paintings and drawings.
Oh, that's also nice.
I can spend a lot of time sitting on the floor or lying on the floor, and I'll just be thinking of the word or the topic, and then I'll just be painting around it. That works too.
Yeah.
The other thing we can do is to dance. Choose, I have a couple of songs that will pop up, and then I will say, okay, for the next 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes, I'm going to move my body to the song, and I am dedicating it to the problem. And then you don't need to do much thinking, you're in your body. Yeah. You can also dedicate, 10 minutes of a yoga practice, maybe do a sun salutation or go and sit in child's pose and dedicate it to that. But dedicating your time is going to bring a shift. And if you're really brave, go ahead and connect with another sister and say, hey, I like how you look. I want to be your friend. That's a big jump, right? But it's so important that we learn to do that. Say, I'd love to be your friend for this week. What about you and I tackling our problem? We can pray together, we can journal together, we can paint, we can whatever. Let's just stay connected for this week. And maybe you'll find a new girlfriend for this week, a new buddy. Who knows?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Mm.
Okay. Give us your last blessing, Mirella, as we gather the energy in, bring it into our hearts.
Oh, yeah. I spread all my love and my wings and all the energy, healing energy, loving energy to you all, dear goddess sisters, because we are connected, we are one. And I bless you to have this amazing week where all your problems will be just an how do you say it? An
inspiration.
An experience. And please know that it's okay. Love is on the way. Help is on the way. We are all connected. Just one text, one phone call away. So I bless you all. Have an amazing week. and connect physically with the people around you. Give them a hug and look them in the eyes and bless them in your heart.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So shall it be, or something even better?
Yeah. Mwah. Bye, darlings.
Love you, bye, darlings.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.